Yeah, man.
Yo, man, hold on, man. Y'all got to turn them radios up. Y'all got to turn them up. Turn them radios up.
This is
My opinions are facts podcast.
We discuss music and sports.
What's happening?
What up?
Nah. You know, today's topic, you know what I mean? It's the best era of rap.
See, you got the 80s up there, but
Yeah, I know. I mean, you got to. I mean, you got to. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, 80s still. You know what I mean? 80s still got. Yeah. Remember, I mean, 80s you got NWA, so you got Cube, Dre, and all them and shit. Now, I mean, you can't forget about them.
So when people judge, there's nobody admits to. When people judge their best era, they go by basically your teenage years, childhood memories are last. So you're gonna go by the years you was actually outside, went to a house party, which in them era would be 80s and early 90s, stuff like that. You go by when you was out moving around, shaking, talking to girls and doing that stuff. So I always say with me, I can't really judge the 80s. That's childhood to me. So me coming to hip hop, when I love hip hop, first remember it, I hate to date myself, like 89. So, you know, anything before that, I know the music, but I can't say how good that would be to me, my best era. Now, that's a dope era because of the beginning.
Yeah.
Actually, I won't say beginning, I'll say the coming of age.
Yeah. Yeah, because the older motherfuckers, like, man, they be. I couldn't get into some of them back in the 80s. Like, hey, what you doing? Get on the floor. Nah, I can't vibe with rappers like that back then. It was like the late 80s that really they start having a flow.
Well, I'm gonna show them some grace. So at that time, it's almost like if you get a house and you build it from the foundation, you got an idea in your head and how it feels building up because you got the picture of what it's supposed to look like afterwards. But when you're at the beginning, the architect, the beginning of construction, that's what the 80s was. So for most of us, me, anybody else, I'm not wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it's dope because I understand what they were doing because I love hip hop. I know the infrastructure of it. But it's like, you got Sugar Hill Gang out 79, 80, Curtis Blow, all them guys, Kumo D, they built it to that, which was really regional New York.
Yeah.
So we only had one region.
One coast, yeah.
Showing what it was. So it's hard to judge the 80s. I like the 80s. For me, I say, what I like about the 80s, I would say, of course, KRS-One. That was my favorite era, the 80s. KRS-One, Run DMC, Rakim. I like a couple songs, Kumo D. Curtis Blow is really before my time, so I really can't, you know what I mean, say about him or Grandmaster Flash, Furious 5. I know the message, that song, but I can't say I know the music. Public Enemy, definitely. That's the 80s. The 80s was dope because it was the, you know what I mean, it built AWA and all that. It built us what we know now, or you know what I mean, built to then. So that would definitely be my favorite era.
Yeah, they just, you know what I mean? Like I said, they got their hits, you know what I mean? We got NWA, we got the, you know what I mean, even though they went you know what I mean, their separate ways, you know, Cube solo, but that was in the 90s. Of course, all them NWA started off with Easy being the main, you know what I mean? Not NWA, it was Easy E, and then it had them, you know what I mean, tag along songs and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we know how, like, once we watched the history, we knew how it all came about. Who was what.
Yeah, so it was like basically at the end, it was just, you know, it was mostly better with them with their solo careers and shit.
I'm gonna tell you another person too, because people forget about, and he needs recognition. Slick Rick, you know what I mean? Because without him, there's never no storytelling. Other people will say Danny Dane, you know, the underground people like Danny Dane, but me, I know Slick Rick more, and he was the foundation of storytelling rap, or putting character in the rap. Because more everybody else rap with the how you like me now, who, how you just did that. Slick Rick was the first one to put character into his voice, and when he flowed, it had something to it to where
Talk like
it
third
brought
person
interest.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like him. He called it what the song Children's Story. He when he rapped his song, you was listening to something, the story being told. He had the voice and the character and all that for that. So I got to throw him in there too. So that was the foundation, but definitely can't be my me the best era of hip hop.
Nah. So let's talk about the 90s. Let's talk about the 90s.
All right, that's why I'm more coming of age, grade school, stuff like that. And I'm gonna speak my experience, y'all, but trust me, I know my hip hop. You know what I mean? So 90s, what was dope about the 90s? They took the 80s, became more experimental, so it became more diverse. So we got
That and like more I won't say rebellious, but go against the grain. You know, everybody was more in the Bible and this and that in the 80s. When you come to the 90s, that's when like the older people who's really in the Bible try to use rap against, you know what I mean, the Bible and then this and that and stuff, with the cursing, talking about women and hustling and all that, you know what I mean? And of course politics came into play.
That'll take you to the West Coast. So the West Coast, that's what they was on. People that was rebelling, they rebel against the West Coast type of music, gangster rap. So, and then the flip side, the East Coast in the 90s was more, people started using jazz and hippie and all that type of stuff. So De La Soul, Jungle Brothers, Tribe Called Quest, KMD, all them type of young people was coming in. They was pushing that movement.
Right.
But the West Coast, we gravitated more, and that's why I love the 90s, that part, because NWA coming into the Death Row, Spice One, MCA.
He was doing that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Because me, I was I was influenced a lot when I was younger. All coasts and whatever hip hop, but the West Coast was gravitated to more people. Like,
yeah. But now like just get back on track. Like now, I mean, so the 90s, we got Death Row coming in early. You know what I mean? Also, too, like I said, De La Soul on the East Coast. Tribe Called Quest. We got who else? I mean, so many people. You got Short still lightweight doing it. You got MC Hammer. You know what I mean? So you step into the 90s. What was that? 90, 91, 90? Can't touch this.
Said Short a little bit. Shit. Short Dog, Too Short was really potent out the West Coast. That was he I'm gonna say with Too Short, don't get enough props for. And I'm saying for the era I lived when I was a kid. Of course, I lived out here in PA. You know what I'm saying? In a small area, like small town, whatever. But the people we was around, we gravitate to a lot of people. Like, it's crazy people you would think, like, dang, he listens Too Short. She listens Too Short. The way he talked about the lyric, because it was almost like pornographic type shit, the porn scene and all that
right.
shit. Say, pimp.
Yeah.
That gravitated to so many people because even at that time, that was $1 billion industry. So the lyrics he was kicking, you know what I mean? You close your eyes like, oh, okay, I want the yummy, pick this hole, this, that, boom, boom. So that's why he was doing platinum independent. Because he was pushing that type of narrative, which the people I was around, whatever, at school when I was a kid, their older brothers gravitate to all that shit. As for the East Coast, like you said, De La Soul, Jungle Brothers, Tribe, and all that, the jazzmentation type thing, sampling, Pete Rock, CL Smooth. So that was a cool era. I can't give it to the 90s. People are like, oh, you don't know about the 90s. Yes, I do. Yes,
all right, well, that's right now. That's why we're going through the 90s at the moment.
Yeah, that's why I'm ripping.
So then, like I said, you got Death Row. So you got your, like I said, Dre and Snoop and stuff. I mean, just doing their thing, just killing it. We can't forget Uncle Luke.
So that's a split in the 90s. So 90 got a nice split. Like you said, Uncle Luke and all them. So you got from 90 to 95. That was a
Solo Ice Cube.
Yeah. We'll keep it 90, 95. Yeah. Solo Ice Cube, Uncle Luke, Ghetto Boys.
Why 90, 95? We're talking about the whole 90s.
Yeah. But I'm saying the split of how things has changed during that decade and why
it's still all 90s, so it doesn't matter. Right. It does. So like I said, man, you got so many like Digital Underground. You got,
early 90s, yep.
Early 90s, you know what I mean? Then you got Tupac coming in. But even though, Tupacalypse Now wasn't what You know, when you think of, you know, he had a couple of hits off of that. You know what I mean? Tupacalypse Now. Always love When My Homies Call. That's probably my favorite song off the album, even though he got a couple dope tracks, but let's keep it real. That whole album wasn't that good. You know what I mean?
That's why I was giving about. Yeah, my bad.
And of course, you know, with him with Tupacalypse Now, no, I mean, but you know, we got the Above the Rim soundtrack, which I believe is the best soundtrack ever. Now, I mean, you got Warren G with his solo, 94. Wu-Tang, okay, you know, we got go back with Wu-Tang, all their solo joints with ODB, this and that and shit, like, you know what I mean, throughout the 90s. And then when we get to the later part, you know, we got the Jay-Z, DMX, we got the Master P, we got I forgot even, you know, whatever within Bone Thugs, you know, 8 Ball MJG. We got you know what I mean, that's in the South coming in and stuff, you know what I mean? Also, too, can't forget DJ Quick, you know what I mean? There's so many people you could name, and you know, 90s was a crazy time.
That's why I say, like I say, the 90s is that the transition from 90 to 95 to 95 to 99 was so crazy. That's why a lot of people love the 90s, because how it just that to that. Like, it was a big transition. That might be the biggest transition of music.
I don't know. I mean, you could say that with any decade.
Yeah, I would say with the 90s, because like you said, Death Row and all that. And then once you get to 95, the East Coast, West Coast beef really, really changed the climate of how things would sound, the music would sound, because it became more, I'll come at you as I'm from this area, you from the area, F you, we're about this, you're about that, and it became more potent. Especially like 90, like 95, 96, man, that right there, whew. You can't forget about Bad Boy, man. The way they
Biggie, Mace, Diddy. Yeah, can't forget that one. Well, not 112 R&B, but yeah.
Yeah, right there. Like, so that's why I was like the 90s. I think more people gravitate to the 90s that was around it. Like, oh, look at how hip hop really went from here to here, and just sales wise and the whole nine. So, you know what I mean? So the 90s. So the people that relate to that and gravitate to that is because of them reasons. Now, I know you want to take it to the 2000s.
I mean, we can still a little bit in the hit on the late 90s. You know, Puff had a hell of a run. 97, I think he had like under Bad Boy. I think all them singles was like #1 for most of the year. Know what I mean? He was just killing it. Know what I mean? And then, you know, Def Jam came right back in. And you know, Jay went 4 times platinum, Hard Knock Life Volume 2. And that year, you had DMX with 2 albums that went #1 that year. Method Man, you know what I mean? He came back, did his thing. Redman, Ja Rule. You know what I mean? I take that back. Ja Rule's next year. He was 99. But it's still late 90s. So yeah, Ja Rule, you know what I mean? Holla, holla, all that, you know, it was killing. Man, can't forget Mobb Deep. MOBB. Like, you know what I mean? Nori. You know what I mean? So it just like they start, like I said, the later part of the 90s, that's when they really start selling albums and start giving radio play.
So I'm gonna go with this. So at the 90s, why they get so much love is because the underground was selling records too. Right. So back then, these underground was going gold.
Right.
Artists was going gold and platinum. Mobb Deep's, the Gang Starr. Let's see what else you had tonight from the West Coast. Spice One was doing platinum. NC8 was doing platinum. Loonies was doing platinum. E40 was doing platinum. These are underground artists.
Can't forget the South either.
Yeah, I was gonna get to them. Goody Mob was going. Yeah, 666, Goody Mob, Outkast, 8 Ball, MJG. They was like the underground was doing numbers then. The underground didn't struggle to where like now they struggle, but like back then they didn't struggle where going gold for them. The labels loved that. 500,000 CDs being sold at $19 a pop. People was making money then.
Can't forget Cash Money, Woody.
Yeah, Cat Money, they have become a mainstream. They pop underground boom. But I'm gonna keep it to UGK foundation to a lot of stuff where a lot of people always give praise to them. So the underground was moving units in the 90s. That's the thing about it. So even that people didn't rock like, hey, they were still going gold, doing nice little back then, they were just doing shows. They had tours because hip hop was allowed to do tours at the time. You know what I mean? Hell, Easy E, mainstream, but he kind of went back to underground after the split between NWA, and he did triple platinum.
Right.
So you know what I mean? So the underground was doing better in the 90s. Underground artists was getting more recognition, more love. Hell, you still hear a lot of their instrumentals or music today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit, like I said, Midwest, like you said, with Bone Thugs, Do or Die. You know what I mean? Twister.
I see Kusha Conflict dropped something yesterday.
Yeah, me too. Them boys are doing something. Dayton Family, moving gold and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was like
Yeah, Dave family, like
Top Authority. They went gold. Like I'm naming like. You know, when I get into this for real, when I judge the 90s, I'm judging everybody. Like, the underground was getting love in the 90s. That was a difference, but that's why they got so much love, because everybody was selling units. Because you didn't have no outlet to get mixtapes unless you was in New York. And somebody
yeah, mixtapes, man. I remember the mixtapes, Cannabis versus DMX. They made how many mixtapes? Woo!
So back then, that was city moving.
Cool.
That was back with footwork. Was popping. So you had to move your footwork. So remember, we was in Columbus, getting them DMX and Cannabis mixtapes and all that, because we knew somebody from New York that from there was bringing it to there. So it was more foot-to-foot action, but we got to hear that. Cannabis. Like, you know what I mean? We can go on about the 90s. So that's where the 90s will always get the love, because everybody so Nas, you know what I mean?
Doing that. But like I said, Nas.
Yeah, look how he did. Underground pop the mainstream crazy. Jay-Z, shit. Same way. You know what I mean? So I said at the end of the day, the 90s, not my best era, but I respect that era. I love that era. Love it.
I think also, too, I think that's when all the great MCs, this and that's their younger years just putting their foot in the game and this and that and stuff.
And that was about 25 years into hip-hop, as far as, you know what I mean, as far as being valuable, selling, and hitting the charts. That's a 25-year mark and all that. So, you know what I mean, progress. But the 90s was super dope. You get to
let's get to that. So now 2000s. So that's when all them great rappers. Can't hear you.
No, I was listening to you.
Oh, I see you shake your head.
I'm agree with you. Yeah.
All right. But in the 2000s, you know, all of them great MCs and stuff, rappers, they start maturing. So then that's when we got our, you know, we went from Jay-Z, you know what I mean? What's it called? Reasonable Doubt. We got the Volume 1, Volume 2, Young, you know what I mean? Jay, Jigga with the rolling in the vest. Now we got the Blueprint Jay, the mature Jay. Now I mean, we went from Nas, from Illmatic, It Was Written, what's the third one? I forgot the third one came out. I Am third one. Now we got the Godson. You know what I mean? We got mature. You know what I mean? Stillmatic. My bad. Let's say Stillmatic first, the mature Nas. You know what I mean? Of course, you know, Big didn't make it. Pocket Big didn't make it. But you know, everybody got mature. What's it called? Ice Cube got mature. You know what I mean? That's mature years, but he was still doing club bangers. Mm-hmm. But you know, also too, like in 2000, man, we got the Ludacris. Like, you know what I mean? Ludacris back in the 2000s, first album. I ain't gonna lie, those some bangers. I think that's when the South was just all right. Talking the foot in the door now. So we got Outkast. Outkast is like, you know what I mean? Like I said, it was them now. They're mature. You know what I mean? They're coming out with bangers and stuff. Who else? There's so many at the time. You got the newer, you got Dre being mature. You got Snoop being mature. We get the Chronic 2001. Know what I mean? It's going crazy. That Chronic 2001 was different. Even though it came out, 99 December, it's mostly a 2000 album. You know what I mean?
I said for a lot of albums, but yeah, I see where you're coming from. Now, me, the 2000s, I would say that's the first time every coast got in. got involved with hip hop. It wasn't just an East Coast West Coast thing because we went through that East Coast West Coast war and all that situation. But this 2000 mark when everybody got their fulfillment. Got hey, you're dope, you're dope, you're dope. So yeah, Nelly from the Midwest. Yeah, man, you dope.
Yeah, Nelly 2000.
You know what I mean? You had you know what I'm saying the quarter south, like you said, Outkast hit their prime. You know what I mean? Although Aquemini, but they hit their prime in 2000. Like, yo, we here. We're the OGs. We're young OGs, young G's, I should say. Then 3-6 came into their prime.
Sip it on some sister.
Yeah, we rocking with them. Then you know what I'm saying?
You go further on. You go further on. Yeah, I mean the early 2000s. You got Lil Jon with Bia Bia. You know what I mean? Put my hood up. You got Missy coming her own. You know what I mean? Slick Rick came back out. Oh, my bad. That was 99, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was 99. Trying to think what else came out. Dang, I'm trying to think what else. It was just so much at that time. That's right. Wu-Tang came back out.
So yeah, every coast was getting their taste, and everybody was actually getting sales and doing good.
Now that's the platinum era.
So yeah, that Petey Pablo and Timbaland, all that everybody was like the melting pot. Everybody was getting their taste. So everybody T.I., everybody was connecting with everybody. Oh man, you dope. Hey man, you from here? So you see the East coming to the South, connect with them. They all started bridging, making songs for you know what I mean, from the Jay-Z to UGK. T.I. with Memphis Bleak and Stone. You know what I mean? Everybody was connecting through, so it made it dope. I love the 2000s.
Yeah, damn. When you got into the why is my phone keep doing that? But like when it came into like the crunk era, man, Lil Jon, Eastside Bulls, like yo, that was different. You know what I mean? Like that crunk era, like especially when Dave Chappelle put his hands on this Lil Jon skits, like everybody, yeah, what? Like everybody was doing that. Like, you know what I mean? It was just crazy. Then you can't forget, you know what I mean, 50 Cent, like, you know what I mean? 50, like, probably the biggest buzz ever of rap music. Like anything G-Unit was just getting played. Then you get the mixtapes and, you know what I mean? Jay-Z with the Black album, David Banner, you know what I mean? Lil Flip. You got, oh man, and Pharrell and Timberland doing everybody's beats, like doing hits nonstop. Now, I mean, we got grinding, you know what I mean? The Clips album, like, man.
So I'm gonna take 2000. So 2000, which was dope by this era, the Synergy. So you had
that was a great energy. The 2000s was great energy music, club music. You know what I mean? With Nelly, you know what I mean? Hot in Her, all that stuff. Like, you know what I mean? But go ahead.
So the Synergy of 2000, you have this half with the Ja Rules, Nelly on them with the dope ass sing along club, get you like dance the chicks and all that, and merging R&B and all that flavor to a whole different level. Then, like you said, with the Lil Jon, 50 Cent, 3-6 Mafia, Tim with the PB Pablo and all that stuff, where the crunk era. So you had two different type of energies, but they was merging together. Because at that time, you go to a club and listen to all that shit in one night.
You might want to move back because you keep blurring with the background.
So all that merged in one night. One night, you go to the club and hear all that music. That was so dope. You go in there, get your crunk on, boom, boom, all that shit, and then you hear a little bit of Ja Rule, Ashanti and shit to ease off the night, man. 2000s, man, with hip hop was dope as era. It was man. I love that era because, like you say, you get crunk.
Yeah, I drank, I smoke, I can't. I'm a dog. I love that. Then you know what I mean. You could throw that on. Then you could throw on. I see the boosters boosted. Get shot at coffee. I'll do the shooting.
Like you said, every era got what they got.
Dipset.
Every era got what they got. So you see
hey,
how it
lady.
went from. It took from the drive and all that stuff. Moved to 2002, 3, especially 2003 when 50 came in. The energy music just went that way, which was dope. But the club energy changed because you had 50, then you had the crunk. merging in one. So you go to the club, you're just hearing that. Like shit, people like Lil Flip, his contribution with the get down on the flow. You know what I mean? Where the girls get down on the flow. Like the way that went, David Banner, like there was a lot of contribution, but everybody worked together. Nobody didn't care where you were from at that time. That's the only era I could say nobody didn't care where you're from. Like, let's all work together, man. We were all moving units. We're booming. Hey, I could play your song right here. 1 o'clock, we can play these songs right here in the club. So
Project Pat.
Yeah, Project Pat. That was a club era. So the 2000 club era was just lovely because all music get the fair share. And everybody was going platinum damn near.
Yeah, you got high. You know what I mean? Like I said, you get crunk. You could be in the vibe. Like, yo, could throw beautiful. I just want you to know. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know what I mean? That, then you got, baby, give me, you. Then, you know what I mean? You got Pastor Gavassi. Everybody singing now, Pastor Fossey. Like, ooh, jump. Like, you know what I mean? Just, there was just so many vibes. Like, you know what I mean? Then, you know, get whatever, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You got Nas, Think Shoot, made you look. You just my rhyme book, like there's just so many joints, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and us, like, you know what I mean, we love music for all the way around. Like, you know what I mean, West Coast, South, East Coast. You got some people just buy to all coasts now. We listen to all coasts. So, you know what I mean? Y'all just say anybody's music, boom, we vibing to it, you know what I mean? It suck. We'll let you know, but like, you know what I mean? It was just, yo, like I said, that club era, like all through the 2000s, like you could just throw anything on, like, you know what I mean? Everybody vibing to it, everybody on the dance floor, everybody moving. It was just a lot of energy, you know what I mean? It's how it was, like, you know what I mean? Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I missed that era, like, cause you know, people move. I mean, you go to the club now, ain't nobody moving no more.
So then you take the other side of 2000 because we got to talk about the whole era of 2000 rap.
You know what I mean? You can't get on the knees a little bit, just a little bit. 50 coming out stereo, eyes alone, twist. You know what I mean? That this is how we do. Like, it was just wow, like.
So then
even the R&B was just bopping, but you know we're talking about the rap. So go ahead.
So you take the other side, which
the energy being there, yeah, it definitely was in there. It was, whoo, yeah.
So you had
my bad.
So you had a new underground that came in emerging, which we call it Black Star on it with Mos Def all that come with the Old No. Nas with his shit with the Uchi Wally.
I forgot, you know, Backpackers was in, yeah. So everybody had their own vibe, definitely. But yeah, my bad, I didn't cut you off.
Yeah, so you had that. You had, you know what I'm saying? There were actually you had rappers rapping over neo soul type beats. Like you had Freeway, all them type of dudes that was rapping on type of vibe.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think today is the anniversary with 22 years. Yeah, 22 years. Freeway drop album. What we do is ooh, rock it down. Hot now, listen up. No, play my bad. You know I get the bowl again.
Yeah, so you had that era with the you had that. You know, I mean the Rockefeller movement. So you had that new underground coming in, club way because you could play at certain areas of clubs and all that. Where everybody's hell, yeah, the point where Rockefeller merged with Nelly. They made a remix of Rock the Mic. Nelly,
yeah, Rock the Mic. Yeah, so, Rock the Mic. Yeah.
So them collaboration was good. Like I said, the Mos Def and all that with the Old No. Like I said, Uchiwali, you had the Tyler Kweli with his what was it called? The Rain or something like that. Say my name, Tyler. You know what I mean? You had that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Kweli.
I forgot. I can't remember that title of that song, but yeah, that come along.
It's called The Something. I forgot.
Yeah.
The Blast. That's what it was. Yup. High Tech. We did a lot of beats on for G Unit too. You know what I mean? But how can we get by Kanye?
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. You know what I mean? I was gonna try to split how things were separate ways. So then when you come into the 50 Cent era, then Kanye, well 50 You know what he did? That Lil Jon. You gotta say 50 Lil Jon. All
Yeah,
that.
I won't get too much of 50. I ain't gonna lie because
Yeah.
it's still get talked about
Yeah,
a lot
so-
right now. So we just never
Yeah,
it
so
came
I'm
back. You know what I mean? Because
So I'm gonna go with that. So Lil Jon, all that. But then Kanye came in and changed the whole wavelength of music. Period.
yeah.
Like for real, wasn't for him, you know how it go. But the 2000s, yeah, so the other half of 2000s, the Kanye era and all that, auto tune with Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne came into his own to the other half of 2000. Him and T.I.
Yeah,
and all them guys.
Wayne. When Wayne bubbled, like, of course, you know, I mean, quarter one, but then around the quarter two era, that's when the South was like, all right, we got this. This is ours. Know what I mean?
So that's what I'm gonna say. So the South completely took over by that time, where you had a transition, then you got Jeezy emerge. So that trap era really emerged. Then trap was getting to the clubs. Also, kind of changed the
T.I.
club scene too. Yeah, T.I.
Yeah.
Say T.I. So the club scene changed to where people still on the dance floor dancing, but then you start seeing motherfuckers sitting getting them VIP services. So it came more with chilling, like, yeah, I'm the man type thing, which was
Yeah.
dope.
Because
Young
you know,
Jock, all them guys.
trappers is really showing ourselves now. And
Yeah, so yeah.
well,
So
you got
like,
Gucci.
yeah, that whole man.
Nah,
yeah,
bitch, I might be. Bitch, I might be. Like,
that whole era was dope. Like, yeah. So 2000
love it.
super
Yeah.
dope. So yeah, but we know how that merged into, and then let's spin it to the 2010s. And,
we gotta get the we gotta finish the end of the 2000s.
Yeah, I'll bring it back. Bring it back to your homie, Kid Cudi and all them.
That's all I was good. Now that's why I get to when you say the ladders of the 90s, like the beginning they changed it. Now I say you can do that for era. That's that's the point I was gonna get at. I was like, oh, all right, that's why I say you could do the same for the 2000 era and era. Then I was gonna say, oh, the Kid Cudis and this and that, the latter end of 2000s and stuff. So no, I mean, like I said, you got that. You got the new Hove. So when Hove came back with Kingdom Come, which was trash, and then you got Jim Jones with Balling. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say something.
Then, like I said, Wayne and Jewels. Man, we needed that. I can't feel my face.
I'm gonna say something about that Hove. I still say it's probably the worst album, but to me, I kind of understand when I listen to the younger ones that's younger than me, how he was trained. That was their generation for them to leap Hove and them people become better artists and stuff like that because he transitioned to something different where I still understand why he did it, but you know what I mean? So you had your Wayne's all them was like, okay, I'm gonna do that but better. So then Wayne killed his own beat and so on and so on, and you know how that went about. Jay said, hell, I don't know how I can rap anymore. He told Wayne that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you told my shit to another level. I don't know I can do it no more. So you know, I mean, that, like I said, I love the ladder of the 2000s. And let me take it back to
T-Pain.
Yeah, T-Pain. Let me take it back to 2000 real quick. We forgot. That was the really emergence of battle rap too. The Cassidys and all them guys. Cassidy, Fab, Boy Bay, all them. So all them guys was able to come in.
J Hood on them Clue mixtapes. Now I mean, can't forget J Hood.
So all them that style and that version of rap was really emerging too. They got some, you know what I mean, some exposure. Cause hell, them guys did good for, you know what I mean, for that. So that era came in, both Freeway, all the Philly guy, anybody from Philly.
Yeah, Philly really emerged.
Yeah, that battle rap era really came in. We loved it. So that's when the internet first came. We was able to like, oh, let me get that. So we was able to get mixed music, mixtape style music through the internet. Through the internet. We had to go to New York
Napster,
no more.
Napster,
we had to wait for New York to come down no more. So he's getting that exposed. So the music was dope, and you know what I mean. Just man, but back to the latter of 2000, like you said, Kid Cudi, Kanye, auto tune era,
Ron Browse, eat up more air.
Hey, shout out to everybody that see me on Beat Brown. I let y'all know, like, yo, that song was crazy. Jump out the window, it was like, wow. But
jumping out the window,
everybody was transitioning, so it was like different. And gotta give it to Kanye. Kanye really broke the mold in 2005 with the emo rap. He's the one that started the movement, and he's the guy to this day. I want to say thank you because I like gangsta rap more, but man, he took down the giant.
All right, let's get to the 2010. I mean, it feels like, 2000 got more favors overall, but
Yeah.
2010s. Let's get into
Blog
it.
era. The blog era. I love the
Blogger.
blog era.
So,
So,
hit with Wale.
definitely.
We're gonna say B.O.B.
Definitely, yep.
Who else? Future.
Yeah, I get the future.
Future definitely in there. You get what?
I was gonna give it a second, but yeah, we'll give it to him. We'll give it to him.
Remember he had like 2 great phases.
Yeah. But I was gonna put some people ahead of him, but yeah,
But
future.
God, it's not about head. I'm just throwing the names out. But go ahead.
Ricky Rose.
Whoa.
Man, whoo. Wiz Khalifa, shout out 4-2
Wiz.
Pittsburgh. Everybody in the Pittsburgh area, man. 4-2.
Cushion orange juice.
Man, Currency. Can't forget about that guy.
Jets.
Yes, that movement, that whole because what they did was shift to that blog era shift to where they perfected
Drake.
artistry, music, and all that. Yeah, Drake. I'm gonna get to him too. Them guys perfected everything.
Yeah, money.
Here, you had people that did this type of music here, there. They combined it all in one. Talking about cars, money, dope ass jazz type samples and beats, rider beats and shit, club type shit. You could drink a bottle, talk to a chick. They perfected everything and molded it all in one. People will say about 2. You know what I mean? I really wasn't into him. Like what's my man for Chicago? You were number 3 at
Chance
the Rapper. Hey,
Meek Mill,
Waka
Big
Flocka,
Sean.
Big Sean. I would say Waka Flocka because he was.
He started drill.
Yeah, he didn't know the word drill, but that was drill at first.
Gucci's still going heavy.
Yeah, Gucci, like before he went to jail, he had brought him in to the Migos. Let's take it to the Migos. Them right there.
Migos. Whew.
Let's say we said Drake and man, Drake at that time. Wow. Oh man, he had so many. He had so many underground cats too that were doing their shit though. I remember the group called Pac Div. They had that shit. The mayor, whatever it's called, Jerk. I forget what they call it. Something boys. You a jerk. That song.
Yeah, they had like 2 songs.
Yeah, but I'm saying they still had had some influence in
Lil
it.
B, Bass Guy.
Lil B is the reason why we got rap today.
Yup.
Without him,
and drop when they want to drop.
Yeah, without him, you would not have rappers being comfortable saying whatever. Because Wonton Soup was the first time I heard rappers to say whatever the fuck you want to say.
Too Short said, yo, Lil B definitely made and changed up music. He's like, Too Short said Lil B came in, he said, I'm about to do an album in one day. He's like, what? Yeah. He's like, and I'm gonna drop it. He said, what? You're supposed to drop on Tuesdays. Like, you know what I mean? He said, Lil B dropped that. He did an album in a day and dropped it. Dude was like interviewing, was it any good? He was like, fuck nah, it wasn't good. But hey, he did an album within 24 hours and dropped it. He said no one never did that before. And
what he did was just made simple. That's when he started first seeing simple videos thrown on YouTube. Fuck video on MTV.
World Star, yeah.
Oh, let me bring it back. Nipsey Hussle, him and YG, that new West Coast movement. You know what I mean? Them boys came in. K Dot, you know what I mean? Schoolboy Q. My man, Kid.
J Rock.
Song with Chris Brown. J Rock. My bad. The South too. The New South. Young LA with A9.
Yeah, he just did something too.
Okay.
I forgot Wolves.
Yeah, I'll say the new emergence of that, like that blogger. There we go. Old boy, he had a song too, but yeah, we made some noise. Charles Hamilton with the Brooklyn Girl. Yeah, like that alternative type sound really made the forefront. Them guys really pushed that. There's some other people who we're forgetting that was really important. We said Wale, a couple dudes from the South, man. I'm forgetting. My bad.
I forget the ASAP mob.
Yeah. Man, yeah, them boys, yeah. Man, I rock
Tyler,
with them.
Creator,
There you go. Yep. What's the Our Future? That
Future,
movie. That whole movie with that branched off with Frank Ocean and what's the Earl Sweatshirt?
Yup.
That little crew. I mean that crew.
But like I said, you know what I mean, with ASAP, you got Ferg and them.
Yeah, Ferguson,
Ferg definitely doing his shit.
Joey Badass, the blog
Yeah,
era.
Joey was just definitely dope. Kevin Gates.
Kevin,
Gates, man. Gates, listen, Gates don't get enough fucking respect. Gates is just dope. I mean, he don't get his fucking props. Gates is just all around dope. Just dope.
I'm gonna say about him because I don't listen to him much, but I'm gonna tell you about him. What's so dope about him? He remind me like a Ply to somebody. They got this core fan base that nobody can really get. It's so hard to get a core fan base like he has to do the numbers he did. And he was like, he hit a couple commercial songs, but man, dog, you ever see his fan base? You go on Twitter and all that, whatever. Man, that man got a fan base like no other. Loyal to the soil. Damn, that's why he moved on to music. Like, because the music was dope. I can't say it to a lot, but man, this shit was super dope.
I'm tired of it. No time for that.
Who's that? Joey Badass.
Joey,
Joey Badass from the East, man. He came through. Damn, who else you had? What's my man?
Shit, Tory Lanez.
Oh yeah, Tory Lanez. Yeah, took me a while to get to him, but once I got to him, like, oh, because first I was like, oh, he's like Drake, but I'm like, oh, whoa, this dude's talented. He's the best person I ever heard on all the tunes in my life. My bad, T-Pain. Him and T-Pain are tied for number one with all the two songs. Because, man, there's people that just use it, but the way it's like, God damn, this motherfucker he's saying like he Luther Vandross or somebody on these damn songs. He fucking kills it.
Man, Tory Lanez, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Exclude whatever, you know what I mean, what happened, but you know what I mean, he's just dope, especially in like live concert, he's dope. Shit, how if you get Soulja Boy?
Yeah, damn, that's the 2000s though. My bad.
Kiss me through the phone.
Kiss me through the phone. That's 2010. Nah, that's all.
Kiss me through the phone. No, it wasn't.
Man, check the Google. We right there, man. That's all. That's his first album.
That's his first album.
Or it might be first album because the second album was swag, get my swag or turn my swag on. Yeah, Kiss Me Through the Phone. That was like 07, 08.
Must be true. I thought it was like 2010.
Hell no, man. Shit, by that time, we kind of got by him because your boys came in Travis Porter.
Dude.
That was the last of the club where you got to dance.
Oh.
Travis Porter, man, boys.
I can't forget. Every time I go out, I'm gonna show out.
Oh man, it was show out. Gospel Dad.
Show out.
Shot them with their diamond single. Him walking Wale. No hands.
Yeah, no hands. No hands.
Oh, yeah, I forgot too.
I got a chance.
The blog era too. Tiger. He had his little stick.
Oh, that was in my head and it fell right back out. I was thinking about him too. You know what I mean? Like I said, he got the Young Money. Know what I mean?
That blogger, that Nicki Minaj, how we forget about her? Great female rapper all time to me. And she top 25 all time to me. Top 25 rapper, period.
Can't forget Fab too. Fab was dropping those mixtapes.
We'll say reemergence of Fab.
Yeah.
Mixtape Fab really put
no, Funeral Fab. Let's go with Funeral Fab.
But it's all mixtape. Mixtape with him.
You what's up, girl?
I don't think he dropped an album that time, did he?
Then now he had that one with Jay-Z. That was like
that was 09.
It was 09, that's what I thought. Yeah, it wasn't in 2010.
But the 2010s, yeah, he had all dope ass mixtapes. You know what I mean? Like everybody Now, me personally, I ain't really listen to him. Oh, y'all did. And I rock with it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I agree people like to say that. Anything with Fab in 2010s, all the mixtapes, whatever, was dope.
Oh, remember? Shit.
And I ain't really listen to Fab, but I respect it.
But like, you know, back to Tiger, remember he had like lap dance.
Yeah, yep.
Ass so fat, need a lap dance. Ass, what's the other one?
Rack City.
Yeah, Rack City, bitch. Rack City, bitch. Rack City,
Yeah,
bitch.
he had other two of them. I can't remember off the top of my head. We definitely had a couple. Man, who else was in that era? Man, it was. Oh man, that's crazy
But
how much
like Back
music
to
it
the
was.
Future, Dirt Sprite 2, that's probably my top 15 favorite albums ever. It might be 10, but Dirty Sprite 2 just different, man.
I got
Like,
Dirty Sprite 2, number 8 all time. My favorite rap album of
that,
all time. That's
yeah,
number 8 for me.
it's just like I
Of
could
all
play that
time, I don't care what
anytime.
era.
I'll play it right now like it's brand new. Like, you know what I mean?
Young Dolph, can't forget about him.
Yeah. Dope.
Can't forget,
2
man.
Chainz.
2 Chainz, yeah, the impact, yeah. And I'm gonna
Cool
say
color mayonnaise.
the last
Does
round
that
of
look
Kanye. The last round of Kanye, the Twist Dark Fantasy, the Click, Mercy, and all, you know what I mean? All that old little wave right there. That was
Lloyd
the best of
Banks.
Kanye. The last of
Lloyd
Lloyd Banks.
Yeah, that's the last good thing with Lloyd
That's
Banks. I can't deal with his newer stuff.
Yeah. Oh man, so many. Like I said, Migos, that effect. 21 Savage, gotta get him up in the mix.
Yeah,
He definitely made an
21.
impact. Metro. Oh, my
Mm.
boy. RP to the one of the great ones. Damn, some type of way. I feel some type of way. Rich Homie Quan.
My
Man,
nigga, hustle way.
him and Young
I
Thug.
chop on
Young
top
Thug
my
too.
whip, nigga. Huh?
Him and Young Thug, like, man, my favorite song with Young Thug all time is Halftime.
Huh?
My favorite song from Young Thug ever is Halftime. Love that song, man. Yo, it was so dope. I was like, let me read these lyrics so I can say them right the whole word. Boy, I read that shit, like, oh, okay. Now I can say the lyrics of the song, like, yeah. That was who. And then Migos had that classic mixtape, No Labels. I love that mixtape. Hannah Montana. Evan Smith.
I got
man, like, yeah, that was woo. Hey, that 2010s, man. Then Drake. We feel about, but listen, god damn it, if you're not reading this, too late. It's my top 10 album of all time. I fucking love that.
Phones off. Taking no calls.
It's just that streak.
Shit.
So if you don't pick between people, which I don't, man, I don't care because either one of them are the one rapper anyway. With Drake or K Dot. I don't care who y'all pick. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't give a fuck no more because I'm tired of hearing about the beef. But I'm gonna tell you this. I'm be real with you. For the majority of America, Drake was part of our lives. You went to the club in that era. You went to the club. If you went to the club from 2010 to 2016, 17, Drake was part of your nightlife. Sorry. And shit was dope. Don't make me less of a real nigga or you an emo nigga.
Tell me what's really going on. Drizzy, ready.
That's my favorite
what's
song
happening? Every day, YOLO.
Yeah, YOLO. Headlines. Oh man. All the accomplishments. Oh man. Yeah. Woo. Dog, listen. Oh, my bad. For Wayne. I'm not a human being era Wayne. I'm gonna get to that one.
There goes that monster, Abracadabra, Magic Johnson. The doctor now play houses and doctor faded like skinnies, young money minute, winning the change, she won't get a penny. Yeah. Great. Man, yo, what's that? Faded. Yeah. My nigga, I'm faded. If I start from the beginning, I'll get it, but yeah.
The other one, he had a Ballers. He came on the beginning of Ball. I can't think of him and Drake. Oh man, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't remember that song, but yo.
Hell yeah. Fucking right. All right.
And I'm gonna go you want to talk about the top 5 verse here? I don't care what y'all say. That Drake verse?
I'm so gone. And I was promising anything I don't mean. Like, what's up with you?
That Drake verse of hell yeah, fucking right. Man, hey, I was, whatever before, whatever. I remember people, man, how people study to get that verse for hell yeah, fucking right. Like, dog, the way, man, dog, like, it was like, yo, did he take a breath? He rapped that whole shit. It didn't stop after, like, the 12th bar. Niggas was like, yo, that shit was insane.
Man, that was
I give it to him. So now I'm gonna take it back. Let's go back to K Dot. Hey, yeah, I might listen to it much, but boy, god damn it, when I heard that swimming pools, I was like,
Frank.
ooh, man. But yo, when I heard that this a song you or Brother Bitch put me on too. When I heard Money Trees, I'm like, oh man, dude, this bitch. I was like, yo, this is different. And then I remember I seen the verse for fucking goddamn Don't Kill My Vibe. That song was, yo.
That's why Jay threw a verse on that.
Yeah,
Like he had a choice. Like, come on, up in the clouds, me and my spouse. Like
that song, though, you can play at any time of your life. If you feel like a day you're not going good, you don't want to be bothering nobody, or you fucking feel like, yo, I just want $1 million, I feel I'm on top of the world, you throw that song on, woo. And I ain't a K-Dot fan deep. I seen a lot of people put that song to me, whatever it's called. And actually some of it, I was like, oh wow. Dog, even Drake people said they're K-Dot haters, put it on Instagram, they were showing it was like, dog, I'm gonna drop a tear. Because that song was so deep. So I don't know too much about that song, but I'm saying with K-Dot, with that, and I love the song he did with Schoolboy Q. Was it Collard Greens or something like it's called?
Yeah.
No.
He wasn't on that song.
Yeah, the Collard Greens.
Collard Greens.
I fuck with that shit. That shit was yeah. Kendrick had the first verse, I think, on that song, but that shit was super dope. Hold on.
Yo, that one song, I forgot that one song with damn, what's that song? It was with Schoolboy Q and ASAP Rocky. He said something about like the damn, fucking put in the pot.
No. ASAP Ferg or is ASAP Rocky or ASAP Ferg?
Rocky, I think. Rocky and Schoolboy Q. That was my shit.
I can't remember that one. I remember the ASAP. I remember the ASAP Ferg and Schoolboy Q that put in work. French Montana, Schoolboy Q, and ASAP. Yeah, woo. Yo, New York had an anthem like that in a long time.
I know.
Put in work. Put them in the dirt. Yo, that shit was what was that song just out my head? I was gonna say damn it. Yeah, it probably was a Schoolboy Q song. Oh man, my bad, y'all, forgot it. But now that wave, man, with them, this is why I say I won't be on too long. This is why they said the big three. They've been running this shit for 15 years, y'all. So let me bring back the J. Cole in the blog era. Whoo! Dog. Man, I ain't gonna lie. That song with Trey Songz, man, I love that song.
Was that the mixtape?
That was on his album. They was on a boat, him and Trey Songz.
Can't get enough. Can't get enough. I ain't got
yeah.
I forgot all about that song.
That was my shit. There was one he had at the park. What was the one he had at the playground?
That's straight up. Tell me, with me together.
There's a hit and run.
This is a good thing. I'm gonna see you again.
Man.
I bought that. I remember I bought that off of iTunes, that album. Yeah.
That's good. Man, we go to J. Cole.
Can I hit it in the morning?
Yeah.
Drake. What's that joint with Missy?
Ain't nothing perfect or something like that. Ain't nothing perfect or something like that.
Me.
Yeah. Fuck that. Him and Jeremiah had that banger. Yeah. That was my shit. That fucking rest in peace to Uncle Phil. That role model.
First say first, rest in peace to Uncle Phil. For real. Nah, remember
the Miguel joint.
How's that went? I forgot how that go. Damn, I forgot how that went.
Oh, man. Leave me again, baby. We up. Got me up all night. Shout out to love song, something like that. I was
I
like,
forgot.
Shit, y'all.
I
Man.
forgot. Yeah,
Ooh.
so shit, let's wrap this up. Now, I mean, so what's the best era?
Y'all gonna get mad at me. I don't care. And I'm gonna say this. Why I'm gonna say this? I'm a hip hop historian. Yes, I call myself that, but I am. Y'all let me. If I ever go in depth about it, you know I know my shit. I'll go with the 2010s, man.
Oh, 2000s.
Hey, I think it's
2000s.
90s, 80s.
Nah,
about.
I mean, 80s, like I said, it was just like basic, but the 90s, it was more. It was all right, better album era, like front to back albums. But then again, the beginning 2000s, you got that too. And you know what I mean? I think the mid 2000s and after that, I think if you really say albums kind of been like playlist albums, is more of putting singles on albums.
I say 2008, 2009. I would say that maybe.
Yeah. So you know what I mean. But so like 90s, you really had too many songs to really go out. You know what I mean? And party is more in the house, riding music. You know what I mean?
But you do, but it goes back to,
like I said, you're gonna have some. Like I said, there's some. But what I'm saying, overall, like most of the albums is more of like just riding or listening at home. You might get like a single or two that you might get thrown on the radio or go out to, but
so what the other people would say, but I would say it's like most people judge off with the air they like was able to go outside and stuff like that. Hey, I was outside in the 90s. I knew what it sounded like then. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? But man, them 2000s, when you got to the club, that was more the club era. It was more house party like that. It was like, yo, we in the clubs. Everybody want to fucking go up. You know what I mean? Where the party at and all that shit. It was just, whew. 2000 was something different. So the 90s, yo, love the 90s. I was raised in the 90s. I know all the 90s music, respect to it, but nah, man, y'all fell short. And like Method Man said, a legendary man from the 90s said, yo, some kids in the 2010s, they was better songwriters than us. He said, hell, we rap songs never sell subject matter. They did. That was the advantage some niggas had then. They didn't have it in the 90s. Not knocking the 90s, but that's what Method Man said.
Yeah. Well, all right. We'll end this up now. I mean, next podcast on Fridays, tomorrow, 5 o'clock, we do our sports parlay. So, you know what I mean? Good part of the night. You know what I mean? My pins are flex. And we ended it right now. See y'all tomorrow, 5 o'clock parlays. Friday, the next podcast. We out.